So, good morning, everybody. Myself, Acharya Vishvendra. Today, I shall be talking on the topic of matter, energy, and frequency. So, this is my second video on this topic. So, till now, we have discussed that fundamentally there are two constituents of universe: matter, energy, and they interact via frequencies. So, this frequency is the root cause behind every pain and pleasure as we feel. You must have realized till now that you are inside a trap and you want to move away from that trap. You must have felt that there is something which is trying to trap you in words, trap you in painful things. And there exists a world which is free of every pain, where there is no griefs, no pains. So there exists such a state also. But to get into that state, initially you have to suffer. There is a algorithm running inside you, and if you want to be free of every pain, then you must be free of every pleasure also. Because pain and pleasure are the two sides of a single coin. And we naturally want to distract ourselves, want to run away from griefs and pains. That's why they are more felt. Because it's a human nature that things with which you are familiar, then after a certain time you lose interest in them. For example, suppose there is a person who is having so much money. So he has every source of pleasure available to him. So initially he will seek pleasure in physical things, in materialistic things. But after a certain time, he will be used to physical pleasures, and something inside him will provoke him to search for something more, something which can provide more pleasure. And ultimately, if you are fulfilled with the physical pleasure, then you will seek for the mental pleasure. And spiritualism truly occurs when you yourself have realized that there is no pleasure left in the physicality, in the physical processes. And it's just a temporary state, temporary quantum state. And ultimately you have to rise above the physicality and explore the metaphysical dimensions of life. So, to explore the metaphysical dimensions, the first thing you need to do is to increase the frequency of your brain waves. But it's a very difficult process because nature does not want you to rise yourself above the physicality. For nature, you are just a species who has to survive and reproduce so that nature can go well on. So if you have to think beyond the physicality and explore the hidden dimensions of metaphysicality, then first thing that you need to do is you have to fight with yourself, fight with your own brain. And when you will fight, there will be emotional conflicts. You will feign grief, depression, anxiety, you will feel like there are two opposite thought processes or two opposite people who resides within you, each trying to manipulate you in their own way, and you don't know whom to believe. If you believe the positive thing, the negative will be against you, will manipulate you so that you listen to the negative side. And if you listen to the negative side, then positive will become against you and will try to manipulate you so that you listen to him. So such a situation arises that you don't know what you have to do. So the theory behind that is that life is just a transition process from step 1 to step 7. Step 1 being physical, step 2 being emotional, step 3 being intellectual, step 4 being creative, step 5 is spiritual, step 6 is being knowing the God, and last step is the Parbrahma as per the theories of Hinduism. And life is just a process to move from level 1 to level 7. Now consider an electron present within an atom. Suppose this is an atom and electrons revolve around it in elliptical orbits. Let's say a certain electron is in the first energy state. So this electron will continue revolving in the first state until and unless photons of specific frequencies are incident on it. This specific word signifies quantization at microscopic, at atomic, and even at the nuclear level. So quantization means there is no continuity. There are certain specific frequencies which are needed to make a transition from first state to another. In the similar way, this event of transition from one state to another, mediated by quantized frequency, is happening at the level of mind also. You can think of it as that consciousness itself is like an electron moving inside an atom. And it keeps on revolving in a certain specific state, leading to zero result until some specific frequency photons are given to it. So when certain specific frequency photons are given to it, then it will make a transition from first state to another. In the very same way, if we observe life as the path of consciousness to move from one state to another, then to move from level 1 to level 2, there is a certain specific frequency needed. Now that specific frequency may be encoded in the form of a teacher, a guru, or any specific event of the universe. If you observe life of a person who has done something out of the box, then something must have happened to that person because of which he got an access to higher states of consciousness. But that is often mediated by extremes of pains. So much pain that you can't even imagine in dreams. But there is a cost for everything. If you want to get something better than others, then you have to lose something more than others also. I'll continue in the next video. Thank you.